Spot 105.1 Trending Topics. What's up, everybody? Good afternoon. Hi. Today is the birthday of the amazing, incomparable Pharrell Williams.
The vampire.
I just adore him. I'm a fan. Anyway, happy birthday to you, Pharrell. Hope you're having an amazing day somewhere. Also, Jadena, happy birthday. Juicy J celebrates his birthday today. So Pepsi posted a commercial with Kendall Jenner. It was supposed to be like a protest commercial, but it was mad syrupy. There was peace signs, the color of Pepsi. It was like a kumbaya, everything's good. This silly little protest thing that people do. Look, we're going to make peace with a Pepsi. Kendall Jenner gives the cop a Pepsi. All is good in the land. Well, Twitter and the whole world was like, fam, does anybody know? Does anybody who sat in those marketing meetings to come up with this plan, does anybody on Kendall's team, did anybody say, you know, there's real things going on in the world. You know, people are not protesting for no reason. Like, maybe we should show some respect and take this a little seriously. Nobody stopped it. And it hit the streets. The anniversary of Dr. King's death. Like, crazy. The craziest part to me is not that it got done. Because listen, maybe their intention was good. Maybe they were trying to show something good. It didn't come out good. So somebody should have stopped it. Nobody stopped it. It came out, everybody rightfully so, uproar. What I did appreciate from Pepsi is Pepsi got right to it. And they issued an apology. They said Pepsi was trying to project a global message of unity, peace, and understanding. Clearly, we missed the mark. Good for you owning that, because you definitely missed the mark. Clearly, we missed the mark, and we apologize. We did not intend to make light of any serious issue. We are removing the content and halting any further rollout. We also apologize for putting Kendall Jenner in this position, because I'm sure she didn't come up with the concept. I'm sure
She's just the model.
Right. And everybody be mad sensitive about the Kardashian Jenner. Like, just all of it was all bizarre and wrong. But good for Pepsi for standing up and owning it and not waiting too long to say, we're sorry, we made a mistake. By the way, speaking of Dr. King, Dr. King's daughter posted a picture of her father, Martin Luther King. I guess it seems at a protest with a police officer pushing him. And she tweeted, if only Dad would have known about the power of Pepsi. I mean, the memes are harsh. Anyway, good for Pepsi for apologizing, and hopefully we won't have to see that anymore. So we were just talking about the Kendall Jenner commercial that got everybody rightfully pissed the hell off. And then people getting at Kylie too. This feels a little much. But they're saying who was it, Puma?
Puma, yeah.
They had a Kylie Jenner ad where she's like kind of like an athlete, and everybody's like, why don't you get a real athlete? She says she don't even.
Oh, don't have her pose like an athlete. At least let her pose like what she is.
As what? A model? Like, what are you pose? She's posing like a model. What are you talking about?
Rihanna doesn't pose like an athlete. Come on.
Here's the question I would pose. What if it was Rihanna posing in those same poses for Puma?
Nah, but like, yes, queen.
Right, exactly. there is a little bit of a bias here. That happens. This is the truth. Speaking of Rihanna, she's also announced that she's doing a line for Stance, a spring collection with Stance.
I like them.
Of course you do. Now, what if Kendall would have announced?
Burn them down.
See? Yeah. Nah, don't do that. That's not right. All right. So Rick Ross has got a plea deal for the kidnapping and assault charges. Remember the thing when he was building the house and the guy said he was trying to hold him hostage in the house and assault and blah, blah, blah. So anyway, he had to pay a $10,000 fine, and everybody goes off. And
no jail time.
No jail time. And everybody goes off and lives happily ever after, hopefully. Congratulations to Kanye West. The Life of Pablo became the first album, streaming-only album to go platinum. Another accomplishment for Yeezy. So Nia Long said, there's no beef with Taraji. What y'all talking about? I respect her. As an actress, she's great. She deserves everything she gets. Her tone was a little passive, but I don't know. They just kind of ran up on her in the street. So anyway, you can see the video for yourself, but I'm glad that's not a thing. I'm glad she's not saying the opposite. I'm glad she's not like.
I don't know. Her face tells me different.
Let's just go with the words. It could be worse. She could be out here being like, yo, she ain't. This is not what we want from them. They too fly. They too solid. Both of them are too important. You know what I'm saying? To the culture for them to be beefing. Anyway, you can see the video, judge for yourself. Go to power1051fm.com. It's my little trending section. And Chance the Rapper, man. Fans of Chance the Rapper have started a campaign for him to run for mayor of Chicago. I think this is great for one reason. Well, I think this is great and terrible. I think it's great because I'm so inspired and so just moved by how much great work that Chance is doing. Right. So he donated $1 million to the school system of Chicago. Then the Chicago Bulls matched it. That's $2 million. He's raised I think so far it's like $2.5 million for the school system. This is one artist, one rapper, one person that made that happen. It's like very inspiring. It should make other people want to do more. I'm actually hosting an event tomorrow for We Day, which is all about like the kids that have done. You can only be in the audience if you're a kid who's done great work in your community or contributed. And so these kids get invited. And then it's like this big celebratory event. And that's what happens tomorrow. So I think there's really something in that, man. I think it's dope that Chance is doing that. I do not think he should be mayor. Maybe in like 20 years. Some sort of like role. But I think he's got too much work to do. I think he's still got to be hot out here so that when he donates $1 million, the Bulls want to match. I still think he's got to be hot out here for a little while and still use his voice the way he does. So 1 million people have moved out of New York City since 2017. So I mean, that's a long time in 7 years. It's actually not crazy because it is entirely too expensive for anybody to live in this city and not live in a shoebox. Like, unless you live in a shoebox, it is impossible for anybody to afford housing in New York City. So 1 million people have said, you know what, I'm out. They went to Atlanta, they went to Miami, they went to Florida, they went to other places. They're out of here, 1 million people. But my question is, if 1 million people left, who is causing all this traffic? Because it feels like the traffic is worse than ever and we lost 1 million people. Who's in the cars? No, they didn't come back. There's 1 million people gone. Oh, you mean the rich people took their place? Bastards. And they're the ones that drive too, right? Where's Kendall? We got to protest something. We got to get a protest popping about housing costs in this city. Anyway, power lines are open. We're getting ready to go commercial free at 4 o'clock. And you can hit us up at 800-585-1051. It's Power 1051.